Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 1 p.m. here in Crystal Lake, Illinois. So it's time for another live stream. Today is Thursday, February 9th, 2023. And today, because it's Thursday and happy hour, but for 2023, happy hour means bringing in friends, not necessarily getting boozy. You could do that if you want. But what I'm really trying to do, because I don't want to be getting boozy at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursdays. Now I live in the suburbs and have to drive places. So I'm trying to bring in friends every week. And today's guest, it's not the guest we were supposed to have. Originally scheduled was supposed to be Philly Bowden, but she messaged me and she said she had to reschedule at the last minute. We're going to try for next week. But fortunately, I had my good friend Tommie Runz, who was able to step up on very, very short notice, like a couple hours in short notice, and volunteered to join us. He's a guy that needs no introduction if you've been watching this channel and if you've been watching the live streams. I think he's, I'll have to check with him. I think he's been on the live stream before. I'm trying to think. It may have been a while, but I feel like we've done this regularly. So we'll ask him when you get him on here. But first, I want to say hi to everyone listening on the podcast on the audio only version. Hopefully you guys are having a good run out there today. It is rainy and a little bit warm here in Crystal Lake. So all the snow is melted into like ice pack. And my feet were just like sloshing through slush and mud. Not a great day. Hopefully it's a little drier where you are. And everyone that's watching this on YouTube live later, but not live, welcome to you guys as well. Hopefully your shoes have all dried out, so they'll be ready to go for tomorrow. All right, let's see who we got here real quick in the chat, and then we'll bring Tommie in. We got Davin Peterson, who wanted to know where Philly is. Hopefully she's doing okay, and we'll be able to see her next week. Michelle DeMaio says, Tommie, your mom and grandma are so cute. And Duke BB says, can't wait to listen to Tommie. All right, well, let's bring him in right now. Here he is. Tommie, everybody.
Yo.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Good. Yeah, I have been on the show before. And
yeah, right,
I think I like you now more than I did then. So
okay.
I'm looking forward to like how this will play out.
Okay. You know? All right.
I appreciate you having me on the show. I'm glad that I was able to fill in here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Let me ask you real quick. We were on a minute ago and you moved the camera now, but before there was a big photo of you in the background. I won't make you show it to everybody, but I just want everyone to know that there it is. Tommie's got a big photo of himself in the background. Can you explain to everyone what that photo's from?
Yeah, it's because I love the way that I look so much that I decided, like, you know, why not get a picture of yourself? No, it was I did a Saucony Pro 3 or Endorphin Pro Series like launch party here in Michigan, and they had me do like I could take a couple pictures and stuff, and then when I walked into the event, like they had this big picture of me like just right there with the Saucony shirt on and all that stuff, and they were gonna like toss it, so I'm like, oh, I'll take it, you know.
Yeah. And so you asked them like.
It's dope because it's like downtown Detroit. It's like with a bus was just passing by. Okay. Aaron Barnett took the picture. Aaron Worldwide took the picture. So it was like, it's a good look. It's a good look. I think I need to move it though. I don't need to do
that. The only reason that I embarrassed you about it and made you show it to everybody was because the main question I wanted to ask was, in Miami, your mom came down, your grandma came down to watch you race. And I finished this race. You had finished way ahead of me, but I finished this race and I see you and your mom at the after the finishing area, and your mom has this giant cutout of a bust of you. It's not even just a big head. No, it's like shoulders up and of you. It's bigger than life size. Yeah. And it was awesome. You said Tommie Runz at the bottom.
Yeah, like so people can find my like Instagram and stuff. Yeah. So they did that for Boston. There's like 4 different ones. And okay. They had them in Boston, and they were like walking around with them like the whole time without me with them. They were just walking around. They have like videos of it. And then at the end of it, during it, they were having people hold the sign and then say, I am Tommie Runz.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
And then they made like this montage of it. It was so lame, but so cool, you know?
So then your mom has some content creation skills then. She's got it.
I wouldn't say content creation skills. I mean, I'd say like she has like some ambition, you know, like in some she got some creative juices flowing.
Awesome. That's so funny. So she drove down with
Yeah.
your grandma to see that race, and then she
Yeah.
just put it back in her car and drove home.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I want to know where the sign is. That's what I'm
Yeah, yeah.
getting.
So I think the bus has its own like seat, in the VW Bug,
Yeah,
and yeah, they drove because they separated the trip up because my grandma was like
yeah.
92,
Mhm.
and so they just like stop and stop halfway, have some fun, they made a whole trip out of it,
That's
It was
cool.
really cool to have them there though.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Well, it was a real pleasure for me to be able to see your mom again, and then
yeah,
also to meet your grandmother. That was awesome.
yeah. My mom thinks very highly of you, so like I'm trying to get her to see the real Kafuzi, but she just seems to just have like this one cool version stuck in her head. I don't know why.
Well, I keep the interactions short,
Yeah,
that way. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Just
can
just
keep up
like
the fun.
it's like an hour. You got like a 47-minute window. So like if anybody's watching this, if you're around Mike for like just 48, 49 minutes, it's all downhill from there. You really gotta. It's a window. You gotta cut off.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
It's at a
So
happy hour though, because so I just ran on the treadmill, which is
yeah,
fun. And do you mind if I get like my protein shake vibe going on since it's
yeah,
happy
go
hour?
for it. It's happy hour. I mean, I usually say for a while I was doing like happy hour, and I was like, bring your recovery beverage of choice. If it wanted to be a beer, it could be a beer. If you wanted to be NA beer, you could do NA. If you wanted it to be a recovered drink, and see, my big design for that was like, all right, now all these nutrition brands will just start sending me product to
Yeah,
test
why
out,
wouldn't they?
you know.
Yeah.
And it became annoying because then I had to like constantly like be emailing people, and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Can you send me some samples? Is I don't need a lot. I'm just gonna test it, And
Yeah.
they'd be like, "What do you want to do?" And I'd be like, this was not worth the effort. I should have just bought it. And so I ended up buying a lot of it myself. And then after a while, I'm like, I think I've tried them all. I think I've done all of the recovery drinks, and I'm good now. So, but what do you got?
I got some UCAN
Yeah.
protein. Got to get the plug in.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been.
Is it vanilla? The vanilla one?
Yeah, got to go vanilla. I
Okay.
mean, I guess if you're like in a splurge, you can have chocolate or some of the other ones, but like vanilla is like the go-to. You can throw it in smoothies. You can
Mhm.
just any type of drink, but vanilla is like the one. Because you
Okay.
can do so much with it. To me.
Okay. You mix it with stuff, or you
I
just
mean,
mean like it's a
if
good
you get,
like recovery drink flavor?
I mean, sometimes you got to get fancy. Throw some kale and strawberries or whatever. You don't
Oh,
just.
you really?
I mean, if you want to do a smoothie, man, like you can't just be
Okay.
boring all the time. I
See,
mean,
no,
I'm
I'm
sober.
boring all the time. I'm boring all the time. So
No,
I
you're
got
not.
yeah. Well,
I'm sober, so it's like I gotta like spice it up whenever I can. Like you guys
okay.
get to go like, have a beer and play the game with the thing in your left hand and all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then I gotta just drink water. So every now and then, I throw the some almond
Okay.
milk and some protein in a smoothie. Some kale, some spice. Whatever.
Okay. Do you ever put chia in there?
I don't. I mean, I have in the past, but so
Mm,
like at one point in my life, I was real like into like all that stuff, and
mm,
I want to get back into it, but
mm.
for some reason I just can't right now.
Okay.
But yeah, chia is good though. Chia is really good for you.
Yeah, because I remember talking to you one time, and you were like, "You can't have too many." Was it? I think it was you. You were saying like you can't have too many anti-inflammatories because you need the inflammation. Was that you that told me that?
No, I
Someone
didn't.
said
But look, no, rewind it. Yeah, I said that. It sounds smart.
that.
I said that for sure. Yeah, I feel like whatever you can do to help with recovery.
Mhm. Okay. All
I'm
right.
into it. I'm into it. I like your shirt, by the way.
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the shirt is almost as ridiculous as the
Big
bust.
head.
Yeah, the big head that my mama carries around. Yeah.
All right. Let's see who we got in chat. Eric says, if I had a treadmill, I probably would have used it today. 5+ miles through 20-mile-per-hour winds at 18 degrees Fahrenheit weren't exactly dreamy in the morning. Well, that does sound cold. What was the conditions like for you? Why did you go to the treadmill today? Not that you have to have a reason. I mean, it could have just been because
No,
it
I
was
had a
Thursday.
reason. I had a reason. Look, running can be hard enough as it is.
Mhm.
It's raining. It's like 36 degrees.
Mhm.
I'm not for
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I got some other long days coming up. Between now and April in Michigan. So,
Mhm.
no way.
Yeah. today is normally a day that I would have like picked the treadmill, but I
Mhm.
intentionally ran outside because it's like the same weather here in Crystal Lake,
Yep.
and this is my least favorite. I'd rather run in sub-zero weather than the weather out today because it was like raining in
Yeah.
like mid 30s. Because
Yeah.
you just get cold and you're not gonna get warm, and it's just gross. But I
Right.
was testing
You
some
don't
trail
need that.
shoes, so I was like, it'll look nice on camera if I like actually run in mud and ice and stuff. So I did that.
That's a really interesting dynamic, though, that like you start making choices, not for yourself at all. It's like, man, I really
Yeah.
do have to get out. This would be a sweet video if I'm out here running in the rain. You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, actually didn't mind. After the first, I did 2 loops in this park that I go to. The first loop was like, it's so cold, and then it kind of stopped raining, and then
Yeah.
I was just like, my feet were just cold from all the slush, and
Yeah.
I was like, this isn't so bad. But I kind of wish these were Gore-Tex, but they were not Gore-Tex.
I have zero like waterproof,
Mhm,
shoes. I have
mhm.
nothing that's Gore-Tex, no like whatever the
Yeah,
weather shield vibes,
yeah,
none of that. I don't know why.
yeah. It's all right. I don't think you really. Mean, like today's like the only kind of day where I really need people. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, you got to have that for like super cold winter running." I'm like, I don't really know. I like it, but I don't think it's needed. But
No.
on today, I really could have used it. If I was out there any longer, or if I had to be out there any longer, I would have been really upset that they weren't Cortex. But for like an hour and a half, I can kind of deal with it, I guess.
Do you get do your hands get cold or your toes get cold or neither? Or like are you one of those hot runners?
No, no, everything gets cold. My feet, I can usually just deal with them being cold, but my hands, like it was 35 degrees or 40 degrees, and I did use hand warmers just
Amen.
because like I was like, it's gonna rain though. So like if my gloves get wet, and I did use like a not a waterproof, but like a water resistant mitten.
Hmm.
And I was like, but if water gets in there and it's cold out, my fingers are gonna freeze, and that'll end a run for me. So I was like, I ran in hand warmers, even though it's like 40 out.
Yeah, I'm a hand warmers. I'm like actively trying to get a hot hand sponsorship.
Yeah, we should work. Yeah, well, if you do, well, you gotta then be like, you know, who else you should talk to? You should talk to this other guy. And
I feel like we should do like a hot hands tour. But then the problem with my sales pitch on to hot hands is going to be that you and I go to like cold places and run,
that'd
which I
be great. I
don't
think that'd
want
be awesome.
I don't want to do that though. Like I know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that would probably get them to go, yeah, that's amazing,
yeah, yeah.
but that means we got to do it, and I'm not really down for that.
Yeah, I mean, I no, I mean, I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to do like a winter tour.
Mm, yeah. Okay.
What do you think that'd be like? What do you think it'd be like? We'd be like going to like it'd be like a Canadian tour. We
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
like
yeah. It'd be
we
like
go
May.
like Regina, Saskatchewan, Winnipeg.
That
All,
doesn't even necessarily sound like all that much fun, though. Like if you said Toronto, I'd be like, oh yeah, yeah, Drake.
yeah. I think I mean, I think that the weather that I have here is probably pretty similar to Toronto. I think it might actually be warmer in Toronto than here where I am. Because I
Really?
think longitudinally, I think, or latitude, I don't know which one is which. It's pretty similar because of the way the U.S. like dips down, and like Toronto's kind of in that dip in the
Mm-hmm.
northern border.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but they also have water that they're near, and I'm not near water anymore.
Oh yeah, maybe they get like the lake effect. Because like on Detroit is always better weather or a little warmer than the west side of Michigan.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
Go running with Oliver wants to know what's the logo on Tommie's shirt. What's that logo?
Oh, this is Girls Run NYC. Oh, it got
That's
blurry.
nice.
Girls Run NYC. It's on the sleeve. It's on the back.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah. I know a gal.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. They got some tie dye looking ones. I'm like, I really want that one, but I can't be picky.
Are you into the tie dye? You like it?
Not really, but it's like they, it's like it's there.
Okay.
I'm definitely one of those like, oh, like they have it, so I think I want it. Like I've got shoes that I wasn't necessarily like really into, but like people had them, so I'm like, I really want those shoes.
Okay. I'm not a huge tie dye fan. It just doesn't. It looks weird on me. I just feel like I look like a tourist whenever I put it on. I don't know.
I think it's like it. This isn't like a standard tie dye like with all the random colors. It's like a cool tie dye like with a couple colors and a little darker. You know, like so it's not like 1987 tie dye. You know.
Do you remember the Lithuanian basketball team that had like tie dye uniforms? Do you remember that?
No, I don't. I don't. Now, what year was this?
This is a long time ago. This was like right around like the first USA Dream Team or maybe the second Dream Team.
Yeah.
Like it was when people were like, "Oh, people outside the United States can be good at basketball," and Lithuania was like really good, and they had like tie dye uniforms. I can't remember. There was a reason why. It wasn't just like we let the designer go wild. There was like I don't know if it was like a charity or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta look it up now. I gotta see this for myself.
All right. Leona wants to know, Tommie, are you totally injury free now? It seems like it.
Do you want to like since we're on whenever you're on Kafuzi's live, you got to tell the truth. So like I'm not 100%. You know, like I'm probably like 75%. But I've learned how to like kind of manage. I kind of know where the pain was coming from or like why it happened, so I'm able to kind of like adjust in the run. So it's a fine line. Some days, some weeks I'm fine, some weeks I'm not. Like today's run started off real sketchy and then it got better. So I'm all right. I'm doing good though. I'm running well though.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good. I mean, it didn't seem like you were hurt when we were in Miami.
No, Miami it wasn't hurt at all.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I got back and then.
Matt Chittim says Drazen Petrovic was on that team. I don't know if he was, but he was Lithuanian, wasn't he? Luke Klein says that the Grateful Dead sponsored the team, and that's why it was tie dye. Is that right?
That can't be true. But that can't be true. But I'm looking at the shirts though.
Yeah.
Kafuzi.
Yeah.
You'd look sweet in these. You'd look so cool in these.
You know what? I have not worn a basketball jersey probably this century.
There's no way that you. No, it's not even it wasn't a jersey, was it?
Or was it a t-shirt?
A t-shirt, yeah.
Because like not that long ago, a lot of European or like non-US teams like didn't always have like jerseys, like a singlet kind of jersey for basketball. I remember I went to. That wasn't I don't think that was the shirt that they played in though.
No, but they got a guy with it on. You know, like he's got it on.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't. It's a long time ago. That might be it. Yeah, a couple of people are saying that. Richard Wilson also saying Grateful Dead supported the team. That's wild. And Mark Peterson says the Mighty Ducks 2 Trinidad and Tobago team had tie-dye jerseys.
They did. What? And okay, can we talk about this? You remember the Mighty Ducks series?
I don't think I've seen any of the movies, but I'm familiar with the premise, like Bad News Bears, but with hockey.
I almost got off the live with that comment there, but I'll stay on for a little while longer. Mighty Ducks 1 and 2, I mean, it's like legendary stuff. Some of the best acting in I mean, it doesn't get any better than Mighty Ducks, man. It made me want to play hockey.
Really? Well, I mean, I'm surprised that was probably pretty available to you in Michigan. Everyone doesn't play hockey out there.
No, I mean, okay. I mean, let's not. I mean, I don't know how much hockey you watch, but there's a lack of diversity in hockey.
Yeah, well, I understand that
for sure. So growing up, the hockey was not the go-to. You know what I mean? There's some lakes around; they're frozen, but we go on them. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Awesome.
So Jesse from Mighty Ducks was a rarity.
Okay. All right. We actually have a running question here from Sam. Sam Elm says, "What are the pros and advantages of running in colder weather in tights versus joggers? Running pants with the compression short underneath. Is rocking tights just a vibe, or what's number one favorite tight? So like you run in the tights
all the time
in the winter. Is there like a physiological reason for you on that, or like you just like it, or what?"
Well, I think for in the winter, like tights are like I'm not gonna wear like joggers, like just because it's just a lot more going on and moving around. You know, like I just feel like the sound of the swish sounds too strange. You know, like I don't know. I just need minimal. You know, and then we're good to go. And then Tracksmith, the tights that I wear they're just really good in the cold weather. And then they're actually the same tights that I wear on a day that's like 30 degrees or 20 degrees or so, you can still wear it when it's in the 50s. It's not like they're just it's good like that. But half tights now, half tights versus shorts. For some reason I always race in half tights, and I think it's like an aesthetic thing, but then also maybe performance. I don't know. What about you? What's your
for
thing?
me, for the half tights for racing is because of pockets. Because like I would race in like a 3-inch split short, but where are you going to put all your gels?
Yeah, those would be flopping around.
I just don't know where there's no pockets for that, but there's pockets in half tights, so I could put my gels in there. You know, I know people like Ben Johnson will like sew like elastic, so there's like it looks like he's got like an old school like an ammo belt of gels, but I'm like that doesn't like shake loose or whatever. I'm like I tell Ben, I'm like you're a much smoother runner than I am. I jostle me. So like those are gonna fall out if I put gels in something like that.
I got a good story. So a guy that I know, he wore I'm not gonna say the brand, but he wore these shorts, and so he thought he had put 2 gels in this side pocket thing, and the race starts, and it's like a small race, like meant for like BQ style. Race starts, it's first 2 steps, both gels fall out the pocket. First 2 steps. I'm so no joke. And it wasn't a pocket, it was just a loop for some reason. And he thought, like, in his head, I think last minute, he was like, oh, stick them in here. So they fit in there tight together. But as soon as he moved, they both fell out. So be careful with those guys, those random pockets, guys. You don't want to lose your gels.
Well, you know, on some of the trail shorts, they have the loops that are there for like the trekking poles and stuff.
Is that what that is?
I have no idea. I think sometimes there's a loop in the back of shorts in case you like take your shirt off and you want to like tuck it in back in there, you know. But I'm like, I don't know if it's not a full it's not like a pocket. If it doesn't have like at least maybe if it has a zipper, even I'm not putting stuff in there. You know, I don't know. Do you have a favorite winter tight? Do you like the Tracksmith ones?
Favorite winter tight, the Tracksmith like turnover tights, but they have that the NDO tights, but they're really good. Like, I mean, you won't get cold in them, but they're just much more like they're just tighter and more like, I don't know. I like the turnover tights the best.
I have both. I have the lined turnover tights.
Always lined. Always lined.
Because then you don't have to wear extra underwear in there too. And then I have the No Days Off one. I think from like year 1 of No Days Off of those. It's like putting on a wetsuit. They're hard to put on.
Hard to put on, but
once they're on there, they're good. Do you have the white ones?
I do not. I have the white jacket though.
Like I saw a picture.
Yeah.
I love Tracksmith, but sometimes like I feel like it's making fun of itself. Like there's a picture somewhere of someone wearing like the white No Days Off and then like the white No Days Off, the jacket and the tights.
Yeah.
And it just looks like they escaped from like a mental hospital or like they're an orderly at some sort of like weird fitness mental institution. And like, I think the vibe they were going for is like, you know, like a kind of like ski soldier kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
But like in the execution, I was just like, I don't know if that looks right. I'm not going to get, number one, I don't think I'm going to get white tights. Number two, I don't think I'm going to wear it with the white jacket because it just looked super goofy.
Yeah, so they have the gray as well.
Okay.
Last year or last whatever. Yeah. And I wasn't a big fan of the gray, but the black is cool. I do have the jacket, and I wear the jacket with random things, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah,
nice touch. But yeah, I would have to agree. Like the pants for I think for ladies, I think it was, I've seen it like, oh, that's cool.
Okay, yeah.
But like, you know, a guy bouncing around with, you know, full white fit on, it just seems kind of, you know.
Yeah. All right, Sam's got a part 2.
Okay.
In the line tights versus the unlined, he's like, I don't like wearing thongs, but is that support needed? Like you said you like the line, but it's not like a thong. It's like a brief.
It's like normal like briefs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're tight, the tights you get a line with thongs, just I think something different. I don't know.
Martha says she loves the winter white, but agrees it looks a little bit weird on that Tracksmith site.
Yeah, but I mean, people are buying it up. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I want to see someone like a regular person in real life. Like, can you imagine if like the next event we go to, like Thomas shows up in the full white, no days off. Like,
I honestly, I think that I'm gonna get off of this.
we
and
should
like
just
start
send
a
it to him.
petition.
I
Yeah,
don't know if he has it. He probably has. They probably
he would
sent
wear
it.
it. That's the thing about it. He would definitely wear it. If we were like, oh, this would be hilarious, he'd wear it.
Like, send him the all white, the white jacket, the white tights.
He's
I
already
think.
got the white
Do they
shoes.
make that in it? Is that a women's only or is that a men's?
What, the white
Even
tie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a
Okay.
yeah.
So get him the jacket, the pants, and then like have him wear with his like Elliott runners. He just be like a giant snowman running around Baltimore.
Oh my god, a snowman with tattoos. Because like Ashley Mateo has the whole white fit, right?
Yeah, she could pull that off. Yeah, that's not a
She made fun of
surprise.
it, and then she pulled it off.
Yeah, I could see that. Let's see what we got. There was another one here that I wanted to show. Oh yeah, Melvin Umang says, I would enthusiastically champion this upcoming Canadian tour. Unfortunately, I'm in Winnipeg, aka Winterpeg. Could be a rude awakening to y'all, but Montreal is home. So there we go.
I mean, we'll just pick a different. Like, I'm not picking your winter. I'm picking your spring. You know, like, I'm not.
Well, I mean, but if it's a hot hands tour, you know.
Listen, hot hands is only like they're not watching us yet, so I can say what I feel like.
Yeah.
Hot hands is only a little.
Yeah.
Beanbag. It's not like it's not 30 below.
I don't think you're seeing like the whole potential here though. Hot Hands has an entire library of products. They've got the hot hands, they've got foot ones that you put in your boots.
Yeah.
They've got a large one that's just like a big square. Can you imagine? Yeah. So then what you do is you just tape a whole bunch of them to your body.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like take
underneath your winter whites. And then you could we could run across a frozen lake.
I'm calling them. I'm definitely hitting them up after this. I'm in every company's DMs that you could think of. I've already had some correspondence with Hot Hands. I'm pitching this.
You know, I've been tagging them a lot in Instagram Reels. Every once in a while, they'll throw a like on it, but nothing's ever happened yet.
Yeah, some brands are like that. They could do it. Yeah, we can help them out. So like the big pouch ones, like I think I may look into that because I wear mittens, a lot. So I could definitely have the larger pouch in the mittens.
Yeah. Like, and the thing is, it doesn't have to be just running. We could go like, I don't know. Have you ever been ice fishing?
Man, we could do anything we want with this.
I've never been ice fishing. We would need like a guide. Maybe Melvin can help us out. We would need like a Canadian translator, like take us to a meat raffle, take us ice fishing. I'm just naming Minnesota things right now because that's all.
I'm about to say, what's a meat raffle? It doesn't sound very vegan.
No, it's not vegan at all. So
I mean, I'll be there. I'll just be like, I'll hold the camera.
A meat raffle is usually held at a bar in the winter in Minnesota, and there's like a big spinny wheel, or sometimes there's like a bingo thing, and it's literally you put money in and you raffle off meat, and it'll be like next up. It's a way to like sell beers, and I don't know if it's like a charity aspect to it or what, but like, it'll be like, all right, next up, 12 pounds of flank steak, Oh
my goodness!
And then you might win, and you get to walk home with the meat.
I feel like that's like a 150-year-old tradition somehow, like that doesn't sound like that came up like, they're like celebrating like the 151st rendition of the meat raffle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think that was a recently developed tradition.
No, it can't be.
Real quick. You mentioned you were out on the treadmill today.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you go to post some reels with like you or Aaron or I don't know who's that other guy that you've been running with a lot. Like, what's his name? Gary. Okay. Yeah. You guys go to Planet Fitness, it looks like?
Yeah.
Like when you go, how many people do you think you were just freaking out when you guys go and you're just like ripping like 15, 20 mile runs? Like, because I feel like Planet Fitness is the place where they you scan your badge and you get a free slice of Papa John's when you go into the gym. Like that's like Planet Fitness.
Definitely.
Right. So like when you go, like this is like the no judgment zone, but here's like Tommie Runz and Aaron Worldwide,
Yeah.
like killing it on the treadmill.
So I think that yeah, I'm sure we get like some looks because like it's that moment when like somebody's been on the treadmill for a long time in their head, but
Mhm,
they
mhm.
got on when you were already on the
Yeah.
treadmill, and then they get off of the treadmill because they're like, dang, I've
Yeah.
been on here for a while. And then you still got like however long. You know what the my only beef really with Planet Fitness is that their treadmills right now only go to 60 minutes,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
right? So they stop and you got to restart. I don't like that because I'm really petty like that, and I want you
Mhm.
to. I don't want to stop at the thing at 5 miles when I just did 7 before. I want you to know that I did 12 miles. Like I don't want anybody to go like, oh, he only did he only did
Right.
5 miles. I want them to know
Right.
that I did 12 miles. So I
Yeah.
do hope that people get kind of weirded out by it every now and then. We did a time trial because my friend was like training for a 5K and then it snowed. And
Okay.
so we're like, just do it in the gym. So we did a time trial on the treadmill in Planet Fitness, recorded it live on Instagram.
So you're in the no judgment zone and
Yeah.
you're recording. Welcome everybody to Instagram Live. We're doing a 5K time trial on the treadmill. Oh no, it won't go fast enough for us.
Exactly. He's just like huffing it, and I'm just like recording, talking to
Yeah,
people, answering questions. It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
that's funny. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually been into Planet Fitness. I only seen like the memes or like the things that people post about like how weird Planet Fitness can be sometimes.
I mean, you're not like and I mean this in the best way possible. You don't look like a Planet Fitness type of guy. you know, like if I saw you in Planet Fitness, I'd be like, what the hell is he doing here? Like, isn't he supposed to be like? I feel like you're more like a lifetime, like
Mm,
fitness guy or something like that. Like
yeah.
gym membership, $127.
Yeah, I did Equinox for a little while.
See,
There was
I knew it.
there was one downtown, and so then when I would run commute, if I got too sweaty, I would just go run to the gym
Take a
and
shower.
then shower there,
Yeah.
And they had like really nice showers, and it wasn't that much more expensive than any other gym that was downtown, because like it's downtown, so it's really expensive. But yeah, I didn't do that for very long. I was like, this is adding up fast, and I'm only showering there. I'm like, this is a lot of money to pay for shower access.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah,
But it was a nice shower.
I'm sure they were dope showers. Yeah, they probably have like the saunas and stuff. Did you use any of the amenities?
No, that's the thing. I was like, I'm paying a lot of money to take a shower here.
Shame on you, man, for that one.
That was my fault. Yeah, for sure.
Shame on you.
There's a question up here about from Frank. Frank wants to know, how long have you been vegan?
2018, so 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
5 years. 5 years this month actually, so that's cool.
Oh, congratulations. Do you find it hard when you're traveling to eat vegan? Because like I've traveled with you a couple of times now, and
Yeah.
I feel like every time you're at a restaurant, it's like, can you guys just tell me what I can eat here?
Yeah, just tell me.
know?
Like, if you go to like the normal restaurants, like we'll have like something, like even
Yeah.
if it's not on the menu, like, oh yeah, we can hook you up. But
Yeah.
it's really like traveling with a bigger group because you feel like you're imposing on other people, like, and you're,
Mhm. Yeah.
that's the only thing. Like, I'll be fine. Like, if it was just me, we'd make it work. But
Mhm, mhm.
I do feel bad, like, people having like, oh, what can you eat? Can you eat anything? And people start
Yeah.
picking out stuff for you on the menu.
Yeah.
Can you eat Caesar salad? It's just,
You're
just
like, no, you can't.
just
Not if it's
yeah,
a
and
real
then like I want to just say yeah, I can. Leave me alone, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you know what was wild though? At the one Italian restaurant we went to in Miami, we were like, how about the bread? Is that vegan? They're like, oh no, it's not.
No, it's not. Yeah, this like like a lot of
The
Italian,
bread
restaurants.
wasn't vegan.
Yeah, because they use like egg on the outside or whatever and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
It was more like a biscuit because it was like flour cut with pork lard. It
Oh,
was
pork.
good. It was good. I did eat it. It was good.
It looked very nice.
It was good.
It looked tasty.
But I was like, yeah, I was like, man, this got to be so freaking annoying. But are you just kind of used to it now, or does it feel like it's annoying, or what?
I mean, it feels like like I think I'm used to it now. Like,
Okay.
sometimes like I used to just in the beginning I used to just go in restaurants with people and then I would just corner the waiter like away from the table and I would just say, look, don't ask me what I want, just bring me anything you can do vegan. That's it. Like, you know, don't make it a big deal out of it. Just bring me the
Yeah.
throw, please.
Okay. All right. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um. Let's see. Oh yeah. You know what? So in my old condo building, we had treadmills that would only go to 90 minutes, and
Mm,
then when I was at Equinox, the treadmills would only go to 90 minutes.
mm.
But I just bought a treadmill for our house, and I've definitely run like over 100 minutes on it. And I was expecting it to just stop at some
Yeah.
point. I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna stop. I guess I should figure out how long it goes.
It's probably 2 hours.
You
I would
think?
think.
Do you
You would
think?
think.
Do you think if it doesn't stop at 90 minutes that it's just unlimited? Do you think it would just let me go that long?
Nah, I mean, I would figure like somehow it's got to be like an overheating issue or something.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh,
would think.
you think that's what it is? Do you think that's why
I mean,
treadmills auto stop?
well, I mean, Planet Fitness stops at 60 minutes because they're like, look, we have 10,000 of these treadmills. Somebody's gonna need to use this one,
Okay.
so we
Okay.
want to get you off of here. I feel like restaurants should do something like that though. Like, you know, those busy restaurants, like after 45 minutes, you guys got to
Mhm.
get up off this table. You know?
Yeah, I feel like restaurants have very like subtle and polite ways of doing that. Like you
Yeah.
just won't see your waiter after a little while. I guess if you're just ordering a bunch of drinks, I'm
Yeah.
sure they're like keep them here. You
Right.
know?
Or I'd be like, hey, you know, there's a bar over there. You know, you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
can go to that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Adam wants to know: do you have Anytime Fitness in Illinois or Michigan? We have them in Illinois, and a lot of them are in Iowa. I've seen that, but have you seen Anytime Fitness in Michigan?
I feel like I've seen the name before, but I
Mhm.
don't know whether that's just because I've seen it around. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know how it is everywhere, Adam, and Tommie, but like the ones in Iowa, like there's one in Guttenberg, Iowa, like where we were like kind of hiding out from the pandemic for a little while, and that's where some of my wife's family still lives in that town. That's where
Mm.
Uncle David is, the mechanic. But there, like his wife goes to, so Aunt Cheryl goes to Anytime Fitness, and you just get a key fob. It's 24 hours, and it's like if you go at a time where no one else is, it's not like operated. You just key swipe in,
Oh
and
yeah.
then if you're the only one in there, you got to turn the lights on, and you turn the lights off when you leave. It's literally just like membership to so you can be Anytime Fitness, I guess.
That's special though. It makes you feel
But I
good.
didn't know if that was like if that's because there's one also in Dyersville, which is like another town over, or a couple towns over, and I don't know if that one's that way. But I don't know if that one's still there. I think that one turned into like they have those board game cafes. Like you can go in and like you order a coffee and you can play like
No,
Settlers of Catan or something like that with your friends for a while. I think it
no,
turned into that. So it used to be a Anytime Fitness, and now it's the opposite. It's just a place where you sit down for several hours at a time.
no, man. I need to find those type of places. I like that. I'm like, where?
You're not spending enough time in like small rural towns, which is that's okay.
Yeah, it might be. That might be it might be for a reason.
Yeah. All right, let me see what else we got in the chat here. 1 horsepower says, I always say it's 1 horsepower, and we've had this conversation before, but I don't know if it's also 1 hit point. It could be either way. He says, I changed the programming on my treadmill at the local gym to allow 100 minutes max rather than 60. Google the gym's treadmill manual. Dude.
I think the 1 HP is probably more like Howard Perkins the first, but he wanted to switch it up. Is his name Howard Perkins?
Yeah, I don't know. I only know him as 1 HP. But have you tried doing that? Have you thought about doing that? Trying to like hack the treadmill?
No. Yeah, but Howard Perkins, if you could DM me like the code to how to get in that, then I'd love to try to hack into.
I mean, I think it would depend on the treadmill that they have there. Someone else asked, do they have assault treadmills? Like, what kind of treadmills do they have at Planet Fitness?
They don't have a. They
It
don't
looks like
have.
they were
assault
fine,
treadmills. I mean, they're fine. They're good treadmills. They're just not. They're not like. They're definitely not assault treadmills or whatever.
Do you have a favorite treadmill?
No, I don't. I'm not too keen on any of them.
Okay.
So I was in a hotel in somewhere. I think it was maybe Vegas or something, and they had a Woodway.
Oh, those are nice. Those are my favorite.
But then the Woodway is more. It feels like it's more like running outside, which I wasn't really ready for. So I just felt like it was it was throwing me off. Like it just felt too legit, and I think I liked it, but I liked it, but they haven't answered any of my DMs either, so I won't be
Yeah.
getting any one of those anytime soon.
I don't know I don't know who does brand deals with Woodway, but like I don't know how much a regular Woodway costs, but like
Yeah,
they
they're
sell
like
like refurbished ones on their website, and it's like $8,000 for a refurbished Woodway. I'm like, what does it cost new?
yeah.
Mark Peterson's like, aren't those like $8,000 to $10,000?
Yeah, I think they're like 7. I mean, I could afford one probably now or whatever. I just don't want to get one.
Yeah, I mean, we have a no
So
other
it's
guy,
like,
I think.
oh, it's $8,600.
Okay,
I'm all right. I'm all right.
What one HB says, ha 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 ha, not Howard Perkins. In case you were wondering.
With the way I hope he laughed differently than you did. Because
That's just how I read it.
you made it sound real sarcastic. He's like, ha ha ha.
That's so funny. No, I think he probably said it with like a real laugh, not a sarcastic.
Yeah.
Go Running with Oliver says, like, from your videos, it looks like the Planet Fitness treadmill area is empty. So I don't think it's a 60 minutes like we got to be respectful of other users kind of thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's the stupid part. Like, I mean,
okay, yeah.
Sometimes it gets a little crazy, but I either go really late at night or in the middle of the day. Like, I'm not going at like peak
Sure.
Peak time. The cool thing about their app is though, you can look to see what their crowd meter looks like before you walk out the door. Like, that is
nice.
Yeah.
I feel like that's also like, because you know how they say like the goal of like from the gym's perspective is to get people to sign up and never come. I feel like that'd be a good way to get people to not come. Be like, oh, it's busy. Probably should just stay home. Try another day. But at least you thought about coming to the gym, so feel good about yourself.
Yeah. I bet they probably did that during like when the COVID time, just adjust that meter a little bit. Oh yeah, it's a lot of people in there. Okay, I'm not gonna go.
That's true. Adam wants to know, why is a treadmill without a motor more expensive than one with the motor?
I have an answer for this.
Why is that?
I don't really.
Oh, okay.
It's a good question, Adam.
Yeah, I didn't know that they were.
Wait, the Woodway has a motor though, right?
Yeah, I think they make both kinds.
Oh, I mean, it must be like really, time consuming to build one that moves freely without a motor.
Sure,
you know.
Sure. There was this one, I forget what it was called, but there was like it was like Orange Theory, but without like the orange lighting, and it was like a spin class, but with treadmills, and like it was really nice. It was on Michigan Avenue in Chicago, and they had all Woodway treadmills, and they had them custom developed so that way it would increase speeds faster. So like that way, if it was like the instructor is like telling you, all right, we're going to take it easy for 2 minutes, and then we're going to do, really hard for another minute and a half, and then so like you hit another button like on the treadmill. And so instead, like most treadmills, it's like, eventually gets you there. This one was just like, and just like went really fast, like instantly, because they were like, we had to ask them to tweak it specifically for us. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
I mean, that's cool, but I've been in spin classes before, and I've seen instructors reach down to like, we're gonna crank our resistance all the way up, and I saw her hand not turning the knob. She was just and so like that's when I knew. I'm like, and so I think that's a novel idea, like to have the treadmills with it, but I don't. His treadmill's not, or her treadmill's not doing what mine is, and I'm not. Kill me just because you want to.
Yeah, this gym that I went to, this running place that I went to, I don't even know what you would call it. They had like different running studios like that before, but like she was not on the treadmills too. She was like a drill sergeant, like
oh no,
or like a caged tiger, just like pacing back and forth and just yelling at us in a good way. It was fun, but like the only reason I kept going back was because they had really nice showers. So I just like a good shower. I love a nice bathroom. So.
I'm not doing that class.
Dwayne Scott says that's how you blow a glute. LOL.
Yeah. I like my glutes.
All right. I know you got to get going today, so I won't keep you on much longer. What's your next race coming up? Boston?
Next race it might be the New York half in March,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and then you going to that? Oh no,
No, I'm not going there.
you'll be over.
I'm going to Tokyo.
Yeah, what day is that?
First week of March.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you'll be back, but you're not gonna be running. Um, and
Yeah.
then Boston after that.
Okay. Well, I'll see you soon then.
I like this question. I want you to answer this question. Can I
Which one?
click it?
Yeah. Can you click it?
No, I can't. You won't let me.
Who's it from?
Go running with Oliver.
Oh, this one. This one.
Yeah,
How'd
yeah.
you first meet Tommie Runz?
Tell him about this story. Tell him about this amazing story.
We first met at Falmouth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a couple of years ago at Falmouth Road Race. We were there with ASICS. They did the thing where they kind of showed us a bunch of new shoes because that's where the ASICS headquarters is, the U.S. headquarters, and then we drove down to Falmouth on the race day morning. So that was the first time that we met. That was like, I guess it was just 2 years ago. I guess 2.5 years ago now at this point. No.
Yeah. It was
Maybe.
two summer of 2021. I think when I got there, I think I had like maybe 1,800 followers or whatever.
Okay.
And so like when I like walked in and like you're there and then Thomas and like the whole Believe in the Run crew, I'm like, why the hell am I here? What is happening? But it was the coolest thing. You guys were awesome. And the cool thing about it was like I the first interaction I had with you, I unfortunately timed it like right at 45 minutes and we separately split. And I'm like, oh, that's a cool guy, you know? And then eventually we went over the 47-minute thing, but you seemed to be all right then.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That was a good fun weekend because that was the first time I met Ashley Mateo as well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was a good crew.
Yeah, that's the first time I met all you guys. So
Yeah, well, like I feel like they did a really good job, and ASICS has been doing a really good job of kind of like finding a group of us that like get along, we travel well together, and it just makes for an entertaining time. So
yeah. Well, you guys have fun in Tokyo.
I will. Maybe I can get Thomas. I'm gonna try to convince Thomas that it would look really good if he traveled to Japan in his all whites. Can you imagine him stepping off the plane?
Please, and like get film of him taking his shoes off, going through security, all that. I want all the B-roll of him in this all white Tracksmith fit. Actually,
he'll be like a glowing American angel in Japan.
I have a call with Tracksmith later today.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get him a whole white fit. I'm sure he probably already.
I think he probably already has it, but I think it'll be fun if he doesn't to like just have it sent to him, but make him think that Tracksmith sent it to him.
Yeah, just like, gosh, I need this to happen so bad. I'm so invested right now.
Yeah, we'll see if I can make it happen.
We gotta circle back on this for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for helping out today, Tommie. It was great talking to you. Great catching up again. I look forward to seeing you again. Everybody, check him out on YouTube, Tommie_Runz. Same thing on Instagram. As a reminder, no live stream tomorrow because I got to take my parents to the airport. So I'll see you guys on Monday. In the meantime, have some good runs over the weekend and be safe out to everybody. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.